welcome to the Friendly Geordies podcast.
Hey.
How was your week, gentlemen?
Can't remember a second of it.
A lot has happened.
Just the same thing. Just a lure of me staring at screens and being like, hey, it's too How was yours?
A lot has happened. It's been very stressful.
I can't remember either.
All my questions answered, or I can barely sleep.
Mine's in a riddle-infused haze these days, so I don't know either.
That's my boy.
Should Barnaby resign?
Bye. Sorry, our friend's leaving. Bye.
For those of you that might not know what we're talking about, Barnaby Joyce has recently made some very problematic comments. He said that he told the audience to use their votes as bullets and to load their chambers.
Jesus Christ.
Postal votes and shoot it at Albanese and all the problematic politicians there have been.
So what, he looked at the Trump assassination attempt and went like, good PR option.
That's what Albanese...
Good approach. What a fucking idiot.
Albo has come out and said, what does this man have to do to get fired? This is extremely inappropriate.
I agree with Albo. It's like...
the assassination attempt.
Yeah, I think it's like... bad take. Too soon.
Yeah, let's go on a long progression of him. First off, he's like...
He's as red as a beetroot.
His party is just like an inoperable cancer on the body politic. It's just like pretty much the only reason that the Liberal Party is just an absolutely detestable outfit is because of the National Party. I think that they'd be a completely different political wing without it. Yeah. It's very evident when it's still in South Australia. I mean, they're still Liberals. They're still scum. But they're just nowhere. Like, it's just... Scum. They are a true... like any science fiction film where there's like a rip in the space-time continuum and everyone just becomes these mutants afterwards. That is the National Party.
I mean,
in a nutshell.
You know what? I actually, having seen Behind the Scenes, a.k.a. Jordan kind of explaining their policies to me, he's not wrong. Their policies are crazy.
Like anything to do with water theft, anything to do with overuse of pesticides. Anything that just like does the most evil industry imaginable, which is, I'm pretty sure is... what is agribusiness, but if you went to it the actual CEO of it would be Skynet. I swear it's just run by cyborgs at this point.
Yeah.
That's their overlord. Then you have a guy that just like openly cheated on his wife. It was just like, yeah, she's my wife from now on. Yeah, she's getting back. Yeah. You don't have to work anymore.
Not just some guy.
Christian
You're
values.
talking about the same guy in every one of those instances. Barnaby.
Huh? What do you mean?
It's the same
Barnaby's
dude.
the one who cheated. He got his assistant pregnant.
Yeah.
And I love how he's just like a party about family values. It's like these things, they don't correlate. You understand anyone can see that.
And then, isn't it amazing? And he's just like, I don't care. It's still family values.
I know. What the fuck?
And then he was found drunk, blabbering on the street. Remember?
Well, you should have got a promotion for that. That was great.
Well, that was good. Okay.
That was hilarious.
What?
It was just only in Australia can you have the Deputy Prime Minister on the side of the road drunk just mouthing off random obscenities. Like ones that didn't even make sense. Hey, you fucking dog.
I haven't seen that, but that's kind of funny.
Didn't you see it?
Nah.
You haven't seen the footage?
Nah, I haven't seen it.
Oh, there was a great little meme renaissance there where they got Barnaby Joyce passed out on the street, cut him out, and then put him in classic 1800s French scene paintings of just like, Parisian cafes or something.
Oh shit! Oh, that's so good. That's my kind of meme, like crappy, dumb, but like he's like that's funny, man. That's fucking funny.
All right, that's all well and good, but you're.
And then also, look, this one was just amazing that he wasn't punished for this. First off, not only just turning all of the rivers in Australia into like some weird stock market Ponzi scheme. But after that, using it to spend $80 million of our tax money to buy back water that didn't exist. So he basically just gave his friend, I think it was Christian Porter from memory, I'll have to double check this, but he just gave another parliamentarian $80 million of our taxpayer money for nothing.
Are you serious?
For nothing. And he wasn't fired for that. And then after that, but he's no longer the deputy leader. Have some grace and leave. Stop sitting around so you can get drunk in Canberra. You can do that in rural Australia.
That's a weird thing that Aussie politicians do. They just never know when to quit. Like Scott Morrison, I think was still there in Parliament until like last week.
Yeah, no.
Tony Abbott is still there.
Yeah.
Tony Abbott's still there?
No, he got voted out. But he was there until he was voted out.
Shit.
Someone had to tell him, was like, mate, you've played your innings. Go home.
Yeah.
They always stay there.
They're
I wouldn't be
bored.
surprised if Menzies still hanging around in the Parliament at the back.
Me neither.
Guys, I think it's time to bring me back.
Yeah.
Even Hawkey's like...
That's where Harold Holt is. He's just in the back bench.
Has anyone got a blanket? I'm freezing.
But Jordan is dodging the big question, and I think Albanese was doing the same thing.
What's the big question?
The big question is Albanese's freaking out. He's reshuffled his cabinet.
Has he?
Yeah. Claire O'Neill is no longer the immigration minister. He's given everything to Tony Burke. He's like literally every portfolio there is.
Why?
He's given to Tony Burke.
Why is he doing that?
He's saying that, like, look, just because I've changed my cabinet doesn't mean that people that were doing the job before were bad, but like it's a difficult job. So he's given he's moved because Linda Burney's also retiring. The what I got from the reshuffle was that he seems to trust Tony Burke a lot. I think Tony Burke has now 3 ministries.
What are they?
Well, the one that he had before, which one was that?
Industrial.
He still has that.
Ministry of Partying
He's now
Down.
going to do.
Yep.
He's now going to. He has immigration as well now.
Jesus, that's a big juggle already.
And he's doing something else. There's one more that he's doing.
Oh, man, I thought it would just be like Minister of Leotard Distribution in South Australia specifically. So he's got immigration and industrial rights. He basically is just the de facto prime minister. Now.
Yeah,
he's doing everything.
The polls are bad. I think Albo will be voted out if the election was tomorrow.
Are you kidding? I still don't get it. All people have to do is completely check out of reality and never watch the news, and you'll like Albo. Just do what I do. Unbelievable.
Yeah, no, it's definitely true. He's absolutely right about that. But it is.
Jordan and I were talking about it. We saw a recent picture of Albo. The man's gained several kilos.
What? He's back, is he?
Bro, he is.
That's good. I liked him.
Back in fat.
I liked it. Much like our Pavlova friend.
Yes. Well, he's not back.
Oh yeah, he never
but
left.
It's not that, like, it's not. I'm not fat shaming anyone. I'm fat myself. But I'm just saying, like, usually when you're in office, you tend to lose kilos because of the stress.
Yeah, but dude, in Australia that doesn't happen. He goes to a lot of concerts and there's a lot of like hot dogs with like Mexican beans on it. So he needs to. He's in the fold, you know.
Yeah, less concerts, more sitting on the desk reading boring documents.
Nah, I say my take. More concerts,
more hot dogs,
more concerts.
Yep,
and hot dogs.
Yeah, maybe that's the Australian way to do it. Maybe that's the only way you can.
Okay, so he gave Burke all of the tough ministries, and then he gave himself Ministry of Partying Down.
Taylor Swift, yeah.
He's going there. All right.
Honestly, I'm just at that old man point where, oh shit, I just reminded myself of something, but I'll say it on the up late because it's just ridiculous. But I think that like I don't understand how Albo's not getting the love. What's he done that's so bad? I don't get it.
Inflation. It's getting everyone.
Yeah, but is that?
It's honestly, it's global. So disparaging.
It's not his fault.
Exactly.
It's not his fault. Yeah,
it is, without a doubt, the most black-pilled I've ever been.
I can't keep up with his pills.
Yeah, what is black?
Which is the
mean?
black one?
Black-pilled means like, what does it mean anymore?
Oh, like nihilism.
Nihilism.
I gotcha. I know that pill.
Oh, yeah. Who'd have guessed the guy that frequently wears a jumper that says death on it?
Yeah, just a reminder.
Well, it does that.
I've got to keep you...
There's the classier version that you could get of like all the Stoics online with the memento mortem. But this I've just cut straight to the chase.
I don't have time for that Latin shit. I was just going to say that. I was literally going to say that.
But it is astonishing to me that I can report frequently, as I do constantly, that it's just like historically and right now, every time you have ever elected a Labor government, you get unequivocally, this is not my opinion, I'm sorry, but like OECD stats are not like your opinion on Deadpool movies. You know, like it's just...
Which I liked, by the way.
Did you?
I saw it. It's funny.
Miss, can you stop watching everything ever?
No, I shan't. That's my reason for living.
I was hoping that no one watches that movie so that they realize to like come up with a different chain of thought next time when you're thinking of a movie.
I liked that.
Yeah, they just got all their thoughts and chucked it into Blender, didn't they?
Yeah, but it worked. It worked. Anyway, can you finish your little thought?
Anyway.
Black.
So I'm just pointing it out that no government on earth has experienced such a quick rise. One of the quickest economic turnaround of any government in the world is thanks to the Labor Party. Last time they were in, best economic managers on the planet. Last time that Keating was in, historic economic reform, up there with like top 5 best economic managers on the planet. Go back to Whitlam's time, same thing. Yes, he was dealing with the oil crisis, incredible economic turnaround results. Every single time they're in, they post stellar economic results. I just point out their inflation, they've halved inflation. They're reporting inflation that is much lower than the OECD. And then your response is a bunch of cunts with the name Gary, just writing over and over again with a car as their DP. Going, if inflation's half, how come my groceries still cost more than dickhead? Like, that's a checkmate.
Right.
You know, like, it's
because I was listening
so
to Gary.
Insane trying to explain to people, like, yes, I'm sorry that your groceries are up. You know, I'm sorry that, you know, because of your consumption habits, you still just get Rolos because you used to get them in the 80s and you've noticed that they're like 80 cents more. That is not a damning indictment on government macroeconomic policy.
Hey, olive oil's up.
Sorry.
Olive oil's up too.
Which one?
Olive oil is also up.
Okay, now we've got the Croatian society coming in, adding more weight to an already dead man.
This Labour has...
You couldn't just leave him alone, could you?
Labour has lost wargs with the olive oil.
See, this is amazing. I just talk about economic statistics and then the everyman comes in and is just like, hey, the groceries are still up.
But you've got to understand this, Jordan. Like, at the end of the day, for the voters, it's about the bottom line. Like, how much more I'm paying.
But it's just amazing. It's
no,
just
I'm
like
not.
Every single
but
time.
I don't blame.
This is the voter every time.
But I don't blame Labor for
the
that.
government doesn't have a magic wand. Let's vote them out.
I don't blame Labor.
Yeah,
for
they
that.
just keep
What are you
replacing
talking about?
until they find someone with a magic wand.
It's insane. What is the
how it
electorate?
is.
Like, I just.
No, I don't. I would.
I keep telling you, people, democracy doesn't
Yeah,
work.
I don't-
Dude, I'm sorry, but we're just too stupid to have democracy. We're too dumb, huh?
Yeah, I don't look at olive oil and it doesn't just turn into Albo's face. Like, yeah, I've got enough. I'm Italian. Like, I don't blame him.
Right.
Yeah.
Good.
I'm just.
Well, that's one. And it only took him 5 years of being on this pod, and he's finally out.
And there's a lot of like talk, you know, boomers are now starting to say like, nuclear energy is the way to go.
They love the nuclear.
Tell Jordan about
my family member. He knows. I tell him all the time. My dear family member is he's
the guy that looks like Bob Hawke but hates Bob Hawke.
I don't think he hates Bob Hawke. He can be reasonable. This is what happens. You just like people, boomers just get inundated with like, I don't know, like PragerU memes. I mean, for fuck's sake, I do. And they just get hammered with them. And it's just hard for him. I emailed you somewhere. It's like, nuclear energy, what it is it's harnessing nuclear, those big, tanks of nuclear energy, and they... It's a complicated word. It sounds complicated. Are you a scientist? What's for dinner?
What?
I'm just saying they get won over by memes, and you can't beat them. You can't beat the memes.
That's why everyone needs to sign up to the Common Sense Brigade who's watching this.
Is that still a
thing?
It was nuked.
Yeah.
By the libs.
How so? They shut it down. They hate speech.
They passed a bunch of anti-digital laws that Sky News, bastion of freedom of speech that it is, was heralding and praising, of being like, the bullying online needs to stop. Isn't that incredible?
It is incredible.
Look at this Sky News host. It says dumb shit every day, and then people say she's a dumb shit. She's very sad.
Yeah.
That's why.
It's only okay when we are litigious and bully people.
Basically.
Yeah.
Anyway, they put that in, and then isn't this amazing? A meme page that sits there and makes memes about the Liberal Party. Immediately they deemed as a terrorist organisation and shut it down.
Right.
While you had ISIS still running in Australia.
Oh my!
You don't know you can go to the Hollywood.
That was okay. But it's not okay to point out that
they
Scott
really
Morrison
tried
has
to-
an annoying
Yeah, a
face.
picture with a
That's
picture with a
terrible.
kangaroo and like Deb Franklin or whatever her name is like not allowed.
Yeah. So that was happened to it. Then they kind of salvaged it, sort of like in Waterworld when they destroy the main haven. And
Much like Waterworld, I'd say. It's cold shit. Yeah.
Isn't that a great line? People say it was a terrible film.
I mean, I agree with both sentiments.
Do you?
Yeah.
I just agree with your quote.
Thanks, man.
That was a mad movie.
No, it was sick.
Way better than Deadpool that I haven't seen.
Probably, yeah. It's better. Well,
All right, well, I guess this is a developing story,
So-
and it ends with Labour being voted out. It's writings on the wall.
nah, here's my hot take. It's not going to happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think it will because I think that, as you're saying, the economy will temper itself out. We're a year out from an election.
Yeah, but like Labour's notorious for like shooting themselves in the foot. I wouldn't be surprised if Albo just calls an early election. He's like, no, we might win later.
hope
Let's
he
do
doesn't.
it now to
hope he
ensure we lose.
I hope he doesn't do that. I don't get these early voting things.
They never work.
I don't get it.
It never works.
It's so
There's
dumb.
always this allure that, like, I'm up in the polls now. But they forget that as soon as you call an election, Australians are extremely lazy, and that's what they're voting on. Being like, didn't I do this last year?
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
Why are you making me do this again?
Yeah, no one likes voting. And like, yeah, doing that is just not going to, it's not going to work. No one wants to.
He likes voting.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially council elections.
It's Christmas for democracy.
I mean, I don't mind those snags, but sometimes they don't have them. So watch out for
Those
that.
snags.
Here's the real issue, the real debate.
Overpriced, horrible
They're
tasting.
free. They're
What are you talking about?
free
They charge
at
me for
elections.
it.
Well, that's because I don't know why.
It did say whites only.
Yeah. I mean, that was the policy. We can't change it.
All right, let's switch gears. Set a new segment.
Yeah.
Misadventure.
It's been a while.
Yes, it has.
By gum, it's been a while.
Jordan, do you want to introduce the misadventure? Tell the audience what.
I got a gift bag for you. I got a gift for you,
Let
actually.
him first introduce it.
Sure,
Let the
sure.
audience know.
Sure.
Miss Love's friend decided that he wanted to go and see a particular convention that we're talking about now. It's not as sexual as Comic-Con is, but it's up there. In case you are not from Sydney, there's a convention that happens at Darling Harbour once a year called Sexpo. And it is filled with every vile toy you could imagine, every depraved whim you could have, and people pay $200 there, and then mates always go there under the pretext, quote, every time, it'll be a laugh. Yeah, sure, mate. That's why you're going, for the lols.
Yeah.
You're paying $200 for the lols. In this day and age when you have access to infinite meme pages. Okay. So, Miss got the invitation, he sturdily declined, and then thought to himself, I think because he's taken Ritalin for the first time in his life, he was like, hang on, this could be content.
For the first time
First time
ever.
ever. It's crossed his mind.
Yeah.
And so Miss Love assigned himself a misadventure. I was completely wrong about psychiatric drugs. I will take it all
I
back.
wonder what the motivation must
I
have
can't believe this. What?
I wonder what the motivation must have been. Oh, wait, it was sex.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. It's like not unbelievable at all. It's
So
like,
have you been to Sexpo?
Man,
I should hope
I'm a
not.
married man.
I should sincerely
can't be
hope
seen
not.
in such
Have you?
No, I haven't either. Even when I was not a married man, I never went.
Yeah, there were married couples there. I can tell you that much.
It sounds like something my wife would say. We should go to that.
Well,
it's a women's thing. I think it's like creepy men and women.
Is that what it is?
Listen. Do you want my take? I've got some photos. I got the bag. Look.
Should we do the photos first?
Let's do the photos first.
Okay, but the problem is, like, are we gonna get banned? If
I made sure well, actually, no. Yeah, maybe. But I say that we, have fun and roll the dice as we usually do.
All right, if we have to roll the dice, maybe we'll do this as this is what the up late is designed for.
That's true. Maybe we should wait. But the pictures.
The 3 years that we've been advertising it as, it gets a little blue.
Yeah.
That's true for once.
You don't want to do the pictures?
We can't show. Well, I guess I can upload the pictures for the up late audience. Yeah.
There's no overt nudity on the pictures.
Let's just do a classic Isaac Butterfield and look at the screen and describe it to people.
No, how about this? We'll look at I think the photos don't have nudity.
The photos don't have nudity.
But I think the videos, I haven't seen they may. So let's do the photos and we'll keep the videos for the upload.
There's no hardcore nudity in the photos.
Okay.
So there's no nudity.
Well, so keep explaining what the...
So basically, yeah, you can go if you guys want. The thing that struck me, it is a very bizarrely eclectic mix. If you remember, I was keeping Jordan kind of up to date with a few messages while I was there. The first person I saw there was like a Greek nonna being like, yes, there's a salami store too. I have my own store, sexy salamis. Yes, like I was like, what? No, not really. But I was just kind of like, what is this? Like, why
was she there?
I don't know. Honestly, if you could like pick a kind of person, they were there. It's obviously very mainstream, somewhat mainstream. I was like very surprised.
Okay.
So that was the first sort of takeaway. I don't know what you guys were hoping or what I was hoping for, but honestly, like I went with my mate and his friends. He was like absolutely belted, and his mates were like, semi-belted, and I was in the thick of dry July. It was weird. They had a cafe there, like a tuck shop in the thing, and I was just like, yeah, can I have a coffee? It was weird watching strippers drinking a coffee. So that was...
What is it? Like, you walk in...
Dude, okay, I'll give you the... Are you struggling with it, are you?
Yeah, I'm a little bit, because I think it's in a weird format. But
so I'll just give you the rundown before the photos. You're gonna be pissed off because you're gonna spend the money on it. If there's one word that comes to mind to the whole experience, really, just sad. It was sad.
I can imagine.
Sad. You know what was weird about it, man? Like there were some funny moments, but in all honesty, the thing that sucked about it was I was like, no, not you too, Sexpo. I thought that you would have been like, it's like I thought they would have let you be, but it was like, dude, it was the most corporatized Sydney version of a thing I've ever seen. It was literally just kind of just like, can I touch that penis? It's like, no, but here's our infomercial on why penises are cool or whatever. And it's like, do you have any samples? And like, here's some jelly beans. And it's like, only take one. I'm like, It was POV. Dude, the two words that came to mind were POV and sad.
Explain POV.
Dude.
Because they're wrangling $200 a person.
Yeah, well, here's the thing that I didn't... that my friend decided to leave out until after the purchase. It's just so funny. Okay, so he never told me this, so you can't be mad at me. Yeah. He decided, without telling me, that... we paid for the VIP tickets, the VIP experience.
Yeah, I'm not mad.
Of which, and this isn't the present. I'll keep the present out because we'll finist up with that. But
the photos don't work for some reason.
For fuck's sake. Okay, well there you go. Don't know why they don't work. I can. Meh. I don't know what we'll do. This is the present that I'll show you after. But this is the... I wrote some notes as well. but this is the bag. So the VIP, by the way, you should be able to convert that pretty easily, VLC or whatever.
Yeah, I think maybe the videos work.
Yeah, but I probably shouldn't show those.
No, let's take that off immediately.
Yeah, don't do the show. Don't
show that.
Don't do the videos. Don't do the videos.
Okay.
Well, listen, we'll just do it. I guess can we put them on the uplate, the pictures?
If you keep talking, we can definitely.
You have a go at the pictures. Yeah. If not, we can put them on. But anyway, so unbeknownst to me, we got the VIP experience, right? So the VIP experience was you can cut the line, which is nice because the line was 4 kilometers long. I've never seen anything like it.
Sounds worth it just on that.
I mean, kind of. Other than that, the VIP experience was that and this extremely, and I really have to stress here, extremely crappy show bag. Like, we were leaving and we're like, and my friend was belted too, so I was like, yeah, and he was just like, where's our bag? We got VIPs. We paid like, I think the normal ticket was like $70 or $80. And he's like, where's your show bag? And like, one of our mates just was like, I don't want it. So this is for you guys. Look what's in this. This is the crappest show bag. It's just some advertising.
All right.
So wait. Those stickers I bought as a present. So I had to pay $10 for those stickers. So that wasn't even included.
All right. So you have not free access, but discounted access to
Mike.
some chick's OnlyFans account.
Yeah.
So you really aren't making any money on that immediately.
These stickers I bought.
This is a coaster that has a penis on it.
Yeah. I don't know what that was
Which
for.
is more advertising, you're right.
These I bought for you guys. So
these are stickers.
$5 each. Read them out?
With some things that I probably shouldn't read out. It's very lame.
Yeah, it's all very, yeah.
Yep.
Just advertising. Just advertising.
And what advertising?
Yeah, but like, it's just like, dude, and here's the best part, right?
It's all vouchers.
It's just vouchers. And the crazy thing is my mates went to the...
Dude, like,
men's
when I go
gallery.
to Coles, I probably get more value at the docket at the back.
Yeah. It's crazy. And then, yeah, it's really nuts.
Ads for a podcast that looks like the least... with the least sexualized name I've ever heard in my life. Dave and Matt.
Okay, I've managed to get some pictures on. I don't know if they're any good.
Okay.
But these are the good ones, but we can work.
There you go.
And then you've got a
lanyard.
This, which you would have gotten if you paid the $80.
No. That's the VIP
There's
thing.
one here, miss. What's happening here?
Oh, this is... this guy
And
was...
then look, you get a KFC hand wipe.
Yeah, get a hand wipe.
Jelly beans aren't bad.
From Pilot, who are a sponsor. And I was like, can I have 2 packs? I'm like, no.
I'll play them later.
Yeah, we'll go through them.
What a jib.
Yeah, and just some crummy notes that I did. You can peruse them. They weren't great. I felt weird writing. I felt very weird writing as I was walking around, you know. It should have been a really funny like misadventure, but it was just
Dude, they're pretty good notes.
Are they?
You got me to read about?
Yep.
A lot of small jazz men in fedoras.
That's who that was, the picture. There was one little jazz man walking around.
Okay. And then says, it's also hilarious to see a lad getting a lap dance.
Well, you could get lap dances then?
Yeah, there was
Was it
one
a strip show?
No, it was just like a really sad, like there was just some stalls. It was mainly this. There was some stalls where you get selfies with like I guess internet famous girls. If you want a photo of them with their like tops off, it was like $25. I was like, no, thank you. And then there was just these weird. It was so corporate. There was one that was just like sexy donuts, and I'm like, and how does this differ from a regular donut? They're like, it's in the shape of a penis. I'm like, mm-hmm. And how much is one? Like $20. I'm like, okay. And then there was just various.
These jelly beans aren't bad.
Yeah, they're all right. Thank you, Pilot, our sponsor, one of our sponsors. But yeah, like. And then there was just like, there was a TED Talk thing that I passed on. I was like, meh. And then, what else was there?
What's a TED Talk one?
It was just a TED Talk about like sex, and I just was like boring. And there was just there was a strip show.
Learning.
Yeah. There was a strip show that was kind of cool. Like a legit one. That was kind of cool. I saw a few of those. And then there was just like a couple where it was a stall like the Easter show, right? But instead of playing a game, it was just the strippers and they dance on you in front of 50,000 people in their middle age, and they're just like, you like that, baby? And then they give you fake vouchers, and I put a voucher in a chick's butt. It was voucher money.
Where'd you get the voucher? Do you have to
They
pay
gave
for it?
No, they gave it to me. Really weird.
What's the voucher?
It was just like fake money or something. And
Was it completely meaningless?
Mm-hmm.
She can't exchange that for cash.
I think she gets like some money from it. I don't know.
All right.
I don't know.
Yep.
It was very, honestly, and I wasn't drinking, and I was drinking coffee, and I was losing it. I know it should have been funny. It was just kind of sad.
What was the demographic besides lads?
Every person on earth. That's the weirdest thing.
And what do you mean by sad?
It wasn't like, okay, it was very corporatized. It was very, very corporatized. So it was kind of just like sex brought to you by ANZ Bank or whatever. There was just nothing to do. There was nothing there.
I'm sure there was stalls that you can walk up to.
A few. And it
And
was
you
like,
can just buy dildos?
yeah, there was that kind of shit. But there was like they weren't giving out free samples of anything. It was just like crystals, tattoos, some strip things, and then these famous girls that you can take photos with. And it was like
Were they famous?
I didn't know any of them. And it was just kind of like weird, like overly sexualized people walking around all walks of life, you know?
So you didn't get...
Well, I thought it would have been mostly neckbeards.
You didn't get any photos with any famous porn stars?
No, I got a ton.
Okay,
Well, not famous. Not famous, but...
So they're not famous.
No, but I got a ton
I managed to,
Dude,
like...
that's lame ass.
I got a ton of photos with
I managed to unlock some of them.
How
so let's
many?
say,
How many?
Like 6.
Why not
All right.
all of them?
Pervs at home, let's see if you recognize any of these people.
Damn, those pilot beans are good, though.
Okay, so there's that one. So that's, I guess, the jazz dude.
That's the jazz man. That's the jazz man. Wait, don't close it yet. How funny is the jazz man? Candid jazz man. Oh, jazz man. I just thought that was great because, like, he was just like, I'm here to see the beautiful lady. Like, he was the classiest guy there.
Yep.
All right, we'll move to the next one.
Why can't
What's this?
One of the stalls. Just zoom in a bit.
Paddles.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, it's got like these shoes.
They're all made out of wood.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully there's some with the... Yeah, there's one.
Go, me. Look at this ladies, man.
Do you know what I mean by corporatized? There weren't...
Are you holding your hand because they told you not to touch? What's the deal
No,
with that?
they were like, do this. I was like, okay.
Oh, they told you to like do that.
Yeah, it was so corporatized. Like, see how barren the background is? There weren't that many stalls.
That's weird.
It was really...
That's what I thought it would be. I thought you'd just be walking around. It'd be a bunch of, I don't know, tarot readers or whatever.
Yeah, it was just like... It was... I hate to say... I had
Tarot readers would have been cool.
They didn't even have that. The normal Easter show is way more fun and like probably more sexual. It wasn't even that sexual. Yeah, some fun. A giant dildo. That's kind of fun.
Well, that's just something they got from Vivid.
Who's that?
That was my friend's friend. That probably shouldn't be shown, that one.
But that's just a cactus anyway.
Look how cringe this is.
Game
of Bones.
the Iron Dong.
Oh my god! So you're paying $200 to sit on that?
And people taking photos and stuff. You're like,
This is the best show of my life.
yeah.
Whoa, dude. Okay, the pictures say 1,000 words. Now I fully understand why it's sad.
It was just corporatized and weird. Is that it? There's more photos, but
Yeah, I know.
yeah. Look at this. Zoom into that. That's me drinking a coffee, and that's just strippers. I was like, what is this?
Dude, what is this?
That's where I was seated. Dude, that's where I was seated, and they were just like, come for a dance. I'm like, but there's people looking. It's just so weird, you know?
You didn't have to pay for it, dude.
Yeah, those are the
No.
only photos that were
Okay, well, there are sort of, it's probably for the best because there are racier ones. So Sign up.
If you want to get access to all the videos and all the photos, sign up to our Patreon.
Yeah, because there's definitely racier ones.
Because we need money, please.
Because I was like, I'm getting photos with some of these quote unquote stars. So if you want to see those, I did
see one photo. I'm not gonna lie. He told me not to, but it was hard.
Yeah.
You were with a woman with the biggest cans you can ever imagine.
They were big. Very big.
Like record.
Yeah. It was really weird because I didn't want to pay for photos, so I just go out to people and like, hey, can I just get a photo with you? And they'd just be like, okay. And I just try to get as many as I could.
And you didn't have to pay a cent.
I was like, keep your top on. Let's get some photos, you know? That style.
Mm-hmm.
Well, probably.
Do you want mostly you just got photos of short Jasmine?
I got you. Do you want your present, by the way?
Yeah. So now we've paid $100. We said go get something from there.
Yeah.
You know what I realized? I was proud of this. Kyle and Jackie O did exactly the same thing to their producer.
No way.
They gave him a budget of $500.
Well, guess what? Because everything was so tame, like honestly, it really felt like it should have been called like ACU National Catholic Convention. Like I reckon more wild shit would go down at a Christian convention because they're also repressive. They do crazy shit at those conventions. This one was just like, it was so tame. I don't know, man. Sorry, I guess, but you know that stall that was that one with like the whacking implements. That was like kind of the most crazy and out there. Anyway, this present, I was like, yeah, it has to be this because. The only thing I could find was crystals and like some tattoos or something.
Missed an opportunity. The man loves crystals.
It was no fun. Anyway, so I think someone made a joke about this, but I literally bargained this down. It was $150, and I was like, I've only got a budget for $100. And I was just like, I swear to God. And I was like, would you give me that for $100? He was like, this old guy. I've got a photo of him. He signed up to the up late. It's good. And he was just like, okay. So I got it for discounted. This is $150. I got it for $100.
So it's pretty much like going to the Leichhardt market.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, that's awesome. The big reveal. Who wants to?
Yeah. Jordan, give it to Jordan.
So this is for you guys. It's the wackest thing. See if you can work out what it is. I couldn't work it out.
What is it?
Is this just a key holder?
It's a keychain.
This is $100.
Yeah.
The
150.
It's 150. Yeah. You know what it is?
No.
Okay, can I show it?
Can I see it?
Yeah. You try first.
Whatever it is terrifying because it really reminds me of a mousetrap.
Can you?
Yeah, that's kind of what it is. But here you go.
Okay, so the shape of the hole makes me think that your cock is supposed to go in it.
He's bing, bing, bing.
But I don't like what will follow.
You're not gonna like it.
Okay.
Yeah, go on. What is it?
Right,
okay.
If you put your cock in this.
Close.
Oh, okay. So as you get a boner, it goes up?
Nah.
Oh, okay.
You're close though, dude. You're pretty much there.
Well, that's it. That's all I got.
Okay, well, I'll just explain it because I was just like, because I was like, give me the freakiest thing. So apparently, can you see? So penis. Okay, first, okay, you gotta get having a fun time. Apparently, penis in here, dude. Nuts in here, and then you've been a bad boy. Crush the nuts.
No, no.
Yeah, dude, crush them. Yeah, that's it.
So it's just a machine to get permanently kicked in the nuts.
Yeah, nut crusher.
$150.
$150, and I bargained it down to $100.
A permanent nut cracker.
I
don't even know how that works.
So did you try it?
What do you mean?
It just goes two ways. You just go and then like top and then bottom, and then you just sort of like crush it down.
Well, Mislav, have you used it?
I have not.
Well, that's your next misadventure.
Yeah, that's your next misadventure.
You got to give it a go.
I mean,
come back and report to us next week.
I'll pass. I mean, I'm not. I can.
All right, Ali, come on, take it.
I'm sensitive about my nuts, dude. I am not going anywhere.
I mean, I can tell you what it'll be like. It will hurt.
It'll hurt.
It will hurt.
It will hurt.
I have nut trauma.
The ring dragon. Anyway, so that was my experience. It was a sad, weird turn of events filled with overpriced, and they were selling pizza and beer and stuff. It was just like, that doesn't belong here.
Yeah,
it was
it's pretty much the footy.
It was just like a bit of, it was like if your weird uncle did the Easter show. It was like, there's a strip club in one of the things. I was like, but they don't actually do anything, do they? It's like, nah, that'd be a bit much, but you can get a dance.
It's because Sexpo's been happening since forever.
But I thought it was supposed to be wild and crazy, and all that, dude. All the girls dancing were also really sad. Like they started like, I befriended one of them because she could tell I was just sober. And it's this French girl, and then she was just like, when am I going to get out of here? Like, she wasn't enjoying it. No one was really just.
Okay, miss, could you have picked up over there?
Honestly, I think I could have, because like.
Ooh, who? Like the performers, or just like?
I mean, I don't know. It was just maybe not. It really felt like, sex brought to you by Mary Vale, So like, I feel like I was standing around like kind of being bored. So I think like people come up and be like, sure, yeah, you're here for work too. I'm like, yeah. Like in that sense, you could have like.
Oh, so you were going up to girls and were like, I'm here for work. I don't want to be here.
I mean, I didn't really say that, but you could just tell. I was just like, where's the crazy stuff, I want to see the crazy stuff. I think that
isn't
like,
there like some, it's like there, I've heard that you go to some store and they like whack you in the ass.
There was nothing. There was not. I tell you what, this is what I'll tell you to you people out there. If you want to go to Sexpo, just save up your pennies and go to any club in Berlin. It'll be infinitely more wild and fun.
You have to like buy a ticket to Berlin.
Yeah, but save up for that, like a little bit more, because it's just like that's crazy, and there's none of this like. This shit that happens down there is what that's some like crazy shit. Here it's just like, I don't know. Like even all these like, I don't know, models or whatever. It's like, do you want a photo? I'm like, nah. Who are you?
Is Sydney?
So you didn't recognize anyone?
Not a single person.
Because like I remember years ago, there was a lad that came up to me and was like, "You're a friendly Geordie, check this out." Like just the second sentence he ever said to me in his life was like, "Check this out." And it was a picture of him with Johnny Sins, just being like,
dude, none of them, none. And we were there for like 4 hours, like opening till closing.
And surely your mates were just like, best day of my life.
I don't think they remembered it, except for they were like, we're going to this strip club now, because they gave us some of these little vouchers, which are literally a way to bribe drunk people. These are worthless. We're going because they told us, advertising. And then I was just like, look, good on ya. I'm not going to go because I'm sober, and strip clubs are I've been to one. Unless you're throwing down 50s, they're like, get the hell out. Anyway, so I went home, and then I texted the next day, and I was like, how was the strip club? And they said it was shit, and I was like, thought so. And I was like, why? And he said a Corona was $22, and they had fold-out chairs, like in an assembly area.
You're charging $22 for a Corona, and you can't afford a chair.
A chair.
A real chair.
And then he was like, the girls were kind of just sad too. I'm like, you can't. I don't know. Australia
is a strip club where the strippers aren't sad.
Australia,
Gold Coast,
I think
surely.
Australia doesn't do like they don't do unregulated things well. Everything has to be regulated, and sex isn't exactly something that improves by being like here's your sex tax.
The free market.
Yeah. No, seriously though, it's just like here's your sex tax, and here's your donut.
You don't want the invisible hand.
Like I'm sorry, but like, how is that the VIP bag? What's in there? There's nothing in there except one of those fucking like, it's like you got a VIP thing which they gave you later anyway. It was just
just some very, very insulting stickers.
And I paid $5 each for them.
The only thing that isn't an ad.
And I paid $5 each for them. That was one of the stores. Like, we make naughty stickers.
So this wasn't part of the bag.
They were $5 each.
Well, I'm going next year. Wow.
It's crazy. It was like,
how is it still running?
And also the space is like 50 meters by 30. Like, it's a small space.
Really? I thought it'd be in the convention center.
It was
the main room.
Very, very small.
Well, so they just put it in a function center. It's like, you're going to have to get out by 12 because you're going to be doing Tourism Australia's board meeting in here.
Literally, there was a one-piece musical happening after. So like, you can get out. I wish I went to that. Anyway, so yeah, I was being like, this is going to be a wild ride. And it was like, yeah, I'll get the chicken nuggets and a coffee. And then me standing around with a French stripper after getting a dance and putting
From the French stripper?
Nah, some other one.
Yeah.
And then just like staying with her and like just being like, it's very cold in here. I'm like, yeah, I should like turn the aircon down. And then I was like, should we get a overpriced piece of pizza? And I actually went up to the bar and I'm like, do you sell alcohol-free beer? And they're like, no. And I'm like, yeah, just shuffled away.
Well, why would you even want alcohol?
Just a bunch
because
of
I needed it.
Cold strippers.
Cold strippers and like 4-year-old men and that jazz man being like, gets better every year.
Okay. Should we switch gears from one freak show to another, which is the Republican Party?
Mm-hmm.
I got another segment too.
Well, we'll do it after this one.
Okay,
we'll do it after this one.
Can I pee?
Jordan, now that...
Yeah. You're done now, miss. Now,
You're done.
don't forget to put your penis in that when you're peeing. Yeah, you're over here.
Okay.
This way, boy.
So, Jordan, now that you've had time to process the Biden bets, what are we thinking now? She's climbing up in polls. The Republican Party is freaking out. Donald Trump doesn't know. It's so weird that like the entire Republican platform was Joe Biden's too old. You have to get rid of him.
Ali,
And as soon as...
What other podcast are you getting a cock trap immediately followed by an American politics
Any
update?
podcast
Not
in the
happening.
US.
Yeah, probably. All right. Yeah,
Just like...
it's true. Yes, go on.
It's weird that like the whole Republican platform was Joe Biden is so old. You've got to get rid of him. He's dead. He's not with us anymore. But they had no strategy for what happens if they actually do it. You know what Trump's saying? This is hilarious. Trump's biggest crime is he's saying, well, we have spent millions of dollars on Joe Biden attack ads. Who's going to pay us back? Should I sue you for fraud? What?
Yeah, that was amazing. Every dignitary, every world leader on earth did the standard speech that you do of his contribution was great. I remember his meeting in NATO and all that. And then you have Donald Trump demanding a refund.
Yeah, I love that. We spent all this money.
And to keep it in mind, dude, that man is a world leader. Like he was a world leader.
Very, very rich.
And like, and also just the day before Joe Biden was ringing him up, being like, "How's your ear?" And he's just like, "Thank you for the call." It's very. And then
I
immediately
know.
he's like, "I've been ripped off."
It's so, I know.
So good.
Sleepy Joe.
It's like a bigger victim complex.
I know.
Dude, what do you think? The young...
Just like, is there ever a time that is more designed to say something nice about your opponent than an old man retiring?
I know.
That's like every
Just
checkoff
say
at
it.
once. It's like a world leader going out. He's retiring. He's old.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This
but
is where you're
from
supposed to
Trump's
say something
perspective,
nice.
from Trump's perspective, you're a loser. Why would you give up?
Yeah, that's true.
Never
He is just
give up.
being, yeah. I love that thing where he's just kind of like, he didn't want to go. He said, I'm not going. And then I said, you're going, Joe. Sorry, you're going. I said, I'm not going. And they made him go. Very sad.
So what do you think, Kamala? She's climbing poles.
Yeah. I would also be climbing in polls if the entire media nexus was constantly saying, wow, look, she's climbing in polls. I'm just amazed at all the energy that's behind Kamala Harris. There's so much energy behind Kamala. How many times have you heard the word energy?
I haven't.
It's like basically CNN has turned into an endless Gatorade ad.
Well, it's just that
energy.
This is the weird thing. Like, it is unbelievable how Fox News is essentially Trump campaign news, and CNN and MSNBC are Harris campaign news. Like, Trump actually got mad. Like, Fox News got some swing state governor, I can't remember who, on the show, and he started talking shit about Trump, and it was actually pretty good. Trump got mad at Fox News, like, why would you... his criticism was like, he was saying like, this state, I was up by 6. Why would you give the governor from the state where I'm polling by +6. You're just creating more problems for me. This was a state I didn't have to worry about, but now I have to worry about it. Thank you, Fox News. He's like,
dead on. He's right.
They are supposed to be a news organization.
Yeah, I know.
Come on. No, he's right. They should just be a Trump cheerlead squad 24/7. He's right. Why are they making his life harder?
Yeah.
Well, the whole election has boiled down to abortion and women issues.
Yeah, but they should have run that anyway. They would have run it regardless. Look, I was absolutely astonished that you had everyone in the American commentariat class. You have all of the scum that watches this podcast that I'm sincerely, I hate every last one of you, massively, all of you. But you all.
It's our new promotion tactic. They like it when we say that.
They don't. I don't think they do.
I think Jordan I'm right though.
Huh? No. We're talking about YouTube. All you YouTube viewers, scam. Everyone else is good.
Yeah, YouTube is scum. Every other platform
Everyone else
is great.
We love.
Isn't it astonishing? When you went over to MSNBC and CNN, everyone was calling me a conspiracist for saying this is a donor class coup that we're celebrating here.
Yeah,
this is a donor class coup.
There's two ways to look at it.
Go on.
One is, okay, let's do that there was a coup. Basically, you have no way to rise up at the Democratic Party unless the establishment bigwigs handpick you.
Yeah.
Which is a problem. But on the other hand, they really did avoid infighting. If you want the best shot to beat Trump, you don't want infighting. It seems that every one of her competitor would rather be the vice president than challenge Kamala.
Yeah, no, that's not the part. The part I'm talking about is them kicking out Joe Biden.
Oh, you're still stuck on that, man?
Yeah, me too.
Yes, I'm still stuck. Dude, I lost $6,000 on him.
Stop
I'm
it.
still stuck on him.
Stop
Yes.
it.
Dude, only
Stop it.
slightly more than my record loss. Unbelievable. It's sad. It is sad.
You need to move
well,
on.
now
sir.
that because of this, dude, you're down $300 now.
I'm not
so you're getting close.
I'm not,
Dude,
You're
you know,
getting close.
I think
not paying for that
Look,
shit.
I think I got more out of betting on Joe Biden
You
than you did
did.
Sexpo. Let's be honest.
Sexpo sucks.
I think the media is making it out to be women versus men in a sense. I think this election is going to be young people versus older people.
Yeah, I think so.
I think
too.
older
It does
people
seem
are
right.
going to vote Trump. I think younger people are going to vote Kamala. And it's whoever is able to convince more of the other side will eventually win.
Yeah, well, Joe Biden had all
Kamala's
the
Kamala's entire voting base can just be described this way: Taylor Swift fans.
Yeah.
They're all the Taylor Swift girls. They're huge in numbers. Like Taylor Swift is a billionaire. So I'm not saying that that's an insignificant group by any means. But if you're like a 60-year-old woman living in Pennsylvania or Ohio, you kind of look at Taylor Swift in a cringy way, and I think she's gonna vote Trump. It's hard to convince older folks to vote Kamala.
Dude,
Taylor's from
I don't
Pennsylvania.
think, again, like, I'm standing by my original thing. I think Kamala Harris really probably has about as much chance as Joe Biden did, which I think is significant. And I think that both, it's really because you just keep running abortion, fascist takeover, you're going to win regardless of who's there. And I think that this is a complete manufacturing of the press, like kicking Joe Biden out was completely manufactured by the press. Completely manufactured. And the fact that you have CNN and MSNBC sitting there saying, wow, this is amazing to me. They're not even pretending. Like, I don't understand why I'm getting blowback for saying this was a donor class coup. Because, like,
are you?
Dude, MSNBC and CNN are just proudly touting how great it was that there is a few billionaires that just turn off the tap of donations to the Democratic Party and then turn it back on again. And, oh, would you look at that? We've got record numbers in donations. And it was small people as well that donated, not ever mentioning like all these groups, these grass groups and stuff like that are funded by the donor classes anyway, and they just turn it off like that. So what are we really celebrating here? We're essentially celebrating that a man that was elected into office, that won the primary, that had all of the grassroots of the Democrats behind him. I mean, Jesus, if you don't like my endorsement of it, Bernie Sanders still hasn't endorsed Kamala Harris.
Yeah.
Still.
Yeah.
And rightfully so.
But he's negotiating with her. He's negotiating with her.
That's all well and good.
I saw Bernie Sanders.
They all wanted Biden in, all of that
Yeah.
progressive wing. And like what we were saying before, when was the last president that had both the donor class and unions and the progressive class of the
Joe Biden was
all.
probably the greatest compromise candidate that has ever existed.
And we're celebrating that guy, not just the best compromise candidate, the best president in our lifetime, hands down. Best president probably in the last 50 years.
I don't know. Trump 2016 was pretty good.
Yeah, well, it was an upset.
The wall.
That didn't get
the crocodiles.
Crocodiles. The sharks and crocs. Yeah.
And everybody there is just saying, wow, this is go the donors.
This
is weird. Like,
it is weird.
Like all the idiots that are watching this are like, yeah, that's mad. That's such morons. Like you're just spouting out what CNN says and then saying all I'm doing is spouting out CNN. You're idiots. That's why I hate you. Do realize there's a reason I hate you, right? Like I don't just hate you for no reason.
Look, I don't
unfriended losers.
It's not all of them. Not all.
I don't necessarily disagree with you, but at the same time, forgetting what's happened, if you look at this binary option of Kamala v. Trump, I think it's not that difficult to make a choice.
It's not that difficult to make a choice, but I'm saying that, like, if you had that same fervor and, like, oh my God, there's so much energy behind this coming from the press, behind Joe Biden, he would have gone into a second term. No worries.
Well, it could have been worse.
Let's all just remember that, like, people used to hate Kamala Harris, like, a lot, and used to like Joe Biden a lot.
If she loses, you'll obviously be proven right. But there could have been a flip scenario.
No, I think she has as much of a... I still think that the Democrats are winning outright, regardless of who they have at the top of the ticket.
Dude, I wouldn't be too sure about that.
My entire, like, not even reservation, my outrage about this, is that, like, they're sitting there talking about, like, the demise of democracy. Dude, this is just absolute proof that a few donors control the president's office to the point that they can kick him out when he's in office. When he's in office, they can kick him out. And everybody thinks this is awesome. This is like, think about, like, any other seat. This is supposedly the most powerful man on the earth, and they've gotten rid of him. And on top of this, I'm not angry about it from, like, a campaigning perspective. I honestly think the Democrats will win out because it's just going to be a repeat of 2022. It's going to be a repeat of 2023. They're going to run exactly the same campaigning. They've got all of the infrastructure in place to do it again. I'm angry about it because I think that Joe Biden was an exceptional governor. Like, the reason that he was able to do so much in that one term, that he's just blitzed and done anything when every other president has been completely ineffective since Nixon. You had... My mistake. You had Ronald Reagan that came in, turned America into a hellscape, and then they've just freezed it at a hellscape up until then. Then you had Joe Biden comes in, turns that around in a term, and they kick him out because they find out that in his second platform, in his second term, he's going for taxes. And they didn't want that.
Scary.
I swear to God, that is the reason that everyone's just like, he's old. As we pointed out before, it's a bullshit argument. But the point is that, like, dude, I like there being an old man in charge of the free world. You know why? Because he remembers when government used to work. And on top of that, he has 50 years of experience. When the fuck did having experience in your field become a bad thing? No one sits there and says, like, 50 years of experience as an architect.
He doesn't remember anything.
What are you talking about, you idiots? Like, dude, he's been in Washington for 50 years versus a guy that spent the last 50 years being on reality TV and fucking porn stars. Like, what are we talking about here?
Yeah,
like,
but he doesn't remember 45 of those 50 years anymore.
Still got more experience than Trump.
I think it's blown out.
Yeah, because Trump had 4 years.
Because he had 4.
Yeah.
Still got more.
Yeah, still dead.
I'm telling you, dude, the guy understood how Washington worked.
Yeah.
There was a reason that he got this broad consensus amongst people that people thought was impossible before that. You only get that if you've been sticking around the halls of power for decades.
Yeah.
It's insane to me that they always just want to chuck presidency. I swear this is part of the conspiracy, putting in presidents that have fuck all experience and just be like, there you go.
Yeah.
Because, like, as Ali was saying, like, this is the great quote by Obama where he said, it was in my last year of being a president that I finally figured out how to be a president.
Yeah.
You understand? This is a complicated position to hold.
The bureaucracy and how to maneuver it. And
yeah, he was saying the irony is by the time you finish your 8 years, that's when you learn how to actually govern properly.
Exactly.
Sure,
and so they just chuck in people with no experience whatsoever, so you just easily maneuvered around. That's why Joe Biden was able to accomplish so much stuff, because he well and truly understood the beast that he is trying to...
Have you guys been following the JD Vance stuff?
No.
Oh my God. So
I kind of.
Democrats have created this rumor out of literally thin air. There is no basis to it because I did some research.
That he fucked a couch?
That he likes having sex with couches. It's if you Google JD Vance, the first thing that's going to come up is having sex with a couch.
So that's why JD Vance was at Sexpo.
And not only that, JD Vance isn't. There's a speculation that Trump's about to drop JD Vance because JD Vance. His clip came from like not that long ago from a Tucker Carlson show where he's just saying like he's talking about cat ladies and women that don't have children. People that don't have children should have less rights than people that do because they are more invested for the future. And so this is creating
Trump would love that. Wouldn't Trump love that?
That's why he chose him as his vice president. Yeah. But it seems like there was already this issue with abortion, and JD Vance is probably the worst pick that you could have had in that situation. And also he isn't in a swing state, so he's bringing nothing to the table, really.
He must be bringing something.
He's bringing loyalty. So I watched an interview between Megyn Kelly and Ben Shapiro, and Ben Shapiro was saying, like, look, the problem is his rise has been, like, so quick that he has never been vetted. If you get someone as your vice president pick who's been in politics for 15, 20, 25 years at multiple stages in their career, do they get vetted and all their like weak links are exposed? So either they come through it or they just like, fizzle out. JD Vance hasn't had that. So like there's going to be constantly stuff coming in, which wasn't even that long ago because he was like a no one 5 years ago. Megyn Kelly is saying that on the flip side, if you think from Trump's perspective, if he had gotten someone like Nikki Haley, everyone would have loved it, but he wouldn't impeach the next year. So for Trump, he brings loyalty, but for everyone else, he brings nothing to the table. In fact, just worse things. So there's speculation. The Republican Party is trying to convince Trump to get rid of him.
And replace him with Nikki Haley.
Replace him not with Nikki Haley, but some other Republican, possibly from a swing state. Someone that they feel could deliver a state for them. Like Wisconsin or whatever.
Which really is the only use for a vice president.
Yeah, but there's the debates out whether that actually even helps. Apparently there was some statistic that if you choose a swing state governor or someone like that, you get 0.4% advantage.
Yeah, that's huge in a swing state. I'd take that.
Yeah, that's how they quantified it, 0.4%.
Yeah, okay, that's the difference between carrying Arizona or not. I'd do it for sure.
Dude, even North Carolina, I was just looking at it today. Trump and Biden's margin was lowest in North Carolina. So there are some like safe states that could flip. But I don't know if Harris can't flip.
That's not a safe state.
No, it isn't. But what I'm saying, like in 2020, when Biden won, when Trump won North Carolina, I think it was by 1.6%.
Yes,
which is very, very close. But I don't know if Harris is going to be able to pull that sort of stuff. So her pathway is literally those swing states. If she can get like 3 out of 5 or 4 out of 6 or whatever, she wins. Otherwise, she loses.
Dang.
Yeah, which I think is probably going to happen.
Maybe Biden will come back.
I don't know, man. I still would think that I still would think that Trump is favored.
You think Trump's going to win?
Look, think about it this way. This whole energizing, this is like the honeymoon phase. He just got selected.
Yeah.
The convention hasn't even happened. Yeah. Who knows what could happen at the convention? Maybe this whole unity is a facade. Maybe at the convention, people rise up and they say like, no, there's like different candidates. Who knows what happens at the convention? Maybe it is like full strict dictatorial communist style where like Joe Biden has chosen a successor. Everyone shut the F up. But we don't know. It's still early on. There's like still 5 months in the election. Who knows what can happen in this process? I'm pretty sure Republicans will figure out an effective strategy to hurt Kamala, which they haven't found as yet. And then we'll see. This is a developing story, as they say. Nothing has been set in stone.
Good old Kamala, right?
What do you reckon, Miss?
The Shinning says... I'm sort of thinking Trump will win.
You reckon Trump's in?
Yeah. I hope not, but I think...
You know what's amazing?
I think so.
We were talking about this off air. Let us know in the comments if this is the case with you guys. Every commie friend you have, they all want Trump to win.
That's
all of them. And we were talking about this, Ali and I were like, why is that? And you know what it is? It's just because commies just like rioting.
Dude,
that's it. They just like seeing Molotov cocktails getting thrown.
The best thing was my sister-in-law, who's, as you can imagine, a big Kamala fan. She's also a Taylor Swift fan. She was like, we were having dinner. My dad was there. My dad's like this old commie Maoist man. And so she says, who's been following the U.S. election? And my dad just says, well, I think I am a Trump man this time.
Yeah. So he also wants it to burn, eh?
Yeah. The guy with a Stalin statue on his
which thing. You gave him.
They all want it.
That's crazy.
You gave him. I gave it to you.
Yeah, you gave it to me, and
but then you renounced your communist ways.
No, I didn't renounce it. I just looked at him and I was like, I think he deserves it more. This man has fought a guerrilla war trying to bring communism. Give him the statue.
Lying on the bed of a very rich bank.
No, before the bank stuff.
No, I know.
So yeah, look, dude, it is so weird to me. Every single commie that I ever hear that about, and it always just comes down to this accelerationist theory. This is my new coined phrase. Revolution is to communists what revelations are to Christians. They all just want that. That's at the end of the day. I don't think they really care what comes after the revolution. They just want revolution. they just, I don't know, for whatever. You know what they are really? You know what communists are? They're just wanker soccer hooligans. That's all they are.
Are you triggered?
I'm not triggered, but
That's all they are. They just want fights. They just want beefs. There's very little difference between them and Tommy Robinson other than the fact that they've got an arts degree. That's it.
Tell me if you agree with this. This might be egregious to some people, but I was thinking about this. If I'm from our perspective as like a world citizen perspective and not an American, I think Trump is probably better for foreign policy than the Democrats are.
Dang.
For various reasons. If I'm an American, I think Trump's foreign policy is worse. And I make this distinction because as someone that isn't American, I don't want America to start picking fights with China and Russia because I want world peace, right?
I want my president having lunch with North Korean dictators. Yeah. That's what you want.
So I think in terms of maintaining peace to some extent, I think and I'm not talking about like the low-hanging stuff like Gaza, Israel. I know it's like a real trending issue, but the new Cold War is the bigger thing, which is like the China rivalry. Yeah. And so I think like Donald Trump's isolationist view of like how America first is something that makes China and Russia happier, which is like we all have our regions, and we're going to be strong men in that region, which is good for global peace. It's bad for American interests to an extent because America wants to be the world leader, the world's policeman. So if they have an isolationist thing, so from an American perspective, it's probably a bad thing. But from mine, it's a good thing if Trump gets elected. However, for domestic policy, international or domestic, Kamala would be a way better deal.
And also, the only other thing, really, it would be completely immaterial to me who's the president if it wasn't for the fact that they have the capacity to muster up trillion-dollar green energy packages. That's pretty much it. That's the only reason that I'm invested in.
Which Kamala is, I think, that's part of her platform.
She'll definitely do that.
That's actually the negotiations that she's having with Bernie, because Bernie cares about that. Bernie is saying, like, just enhance the Social Security, include more people into Medicare. So he's not saying universal health care. He's just saying they just keep increasing the amount of people that are in their version of
until it becomes universal.
Until it just becomes universal. So he's forcing Kamala. He's saying, if you want me to endorse you, then you have to agree to this stuff, which, by the way, Joe Biden had. And I had a really good relationship with him. So if you want me to support you like I supported Joe Biden, then you have to agree to these platform policies.
Yeah, but you watch. Tax reform is right off the board. I can guarantee
you. Reckon?
That. Absolutely.
Shit.
That's what you would have gotten from a second Biden term, and it's not happening now, and it never will.
Are you talking about like the billionaires tax?
I'm telling you now, the reason that they supported Biden originally was because he did a bunch of things that, and this is why the progressive wing of the Democrats liked him as well, is because he did a bunch of things that were huge job creators. I hate how people always say like, oh, that was just post-COVID bounce. No, it wasn't. I can point to a bunch of governments that got negative jobs after COVID. You actually have to create job programs to create jobs.
Right.
So the reason that he got more jobs created than the last 3 Republicans combined after COVID is because he set up a bunch of programs to employ Americans.
Yeah, right.
That's why you have jobs created. So, like Wall Street's fine with that. They're absolutely fine with making America the undisputed tech giant of the planet for the next 50 years. They're fine with that. They're absolutely fine with the green tech revolution. These are all the stocks that Ali asked me to invest in that just went through the roof. So obviously Wall Street is absolutely fine with the first term of Joe Biden's presidency, as is the progressive wing, because he's creating jobs and infrastructure for the first time since the 70s in America.
And
so they're all happy with that. Everyone's happy with that. But then Joe Biden realized, I've got a rare opportunity in that the alternative is Donald Trump, and you will have donors that will probably support me on this. So in my second term, I am going to bring forward like tax reform, so we kind of have something similar to what we had in the 70s.
Right, yeah.
And obviously they weren't happy with that.
And you could tell, there was a surprising number of tech billionaires who came out and openly supported Trump when Biden was still on the ticket.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of conjecture of like, why is tech moving toward Donald Trump? What are we missing here? And until I think Pete Buttigieg was saying like, they just like tax cuts, like straight up. That's the only reason. They don't want to give more money. And I wonder what happens with Kamala now. Is she going to take on that platform or not?
I can guarantee you, without a doubt, no. That would be the behind the deal. That would be the one thing that they're saying. You can be president if.
Shit. Yeah. Damn. That's a damn shame.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Well, we'll see. We'll see what...
It honestly just reminds me of the same fervor there was when Julia Gillard got rid of Rudd. And then what did you get? You got like a much less ambitious, much more hated, much more American lapdog government in return for it, with a government that, what did they deliver in the end? What did the Labor Party really deliver? You can't say NDIS, you can't say Gonski. Those were both formulated under Rudd. What have you got? The failed carbon tax that was immediately revoked as soon as the Liberals got in, followed by 10 years of the Liberals. But everyone holds this up as this golden age. It was obscene. And it was the same thing. It was a coup.
All right, look, we'll continue to talk more about this. Lastly, I want you guys to react to, this has created uproar. So at the Olympics opening ceremony.
I've realized the real horror of this book is it won't leave me alone. I can never talk about this fucking thing.
Oh, the book. What did you want?
We can do it on the upload.
We're going to react to like the satanic stuff from the Olympics that has triggered all Christians.
This is the real horror. It'll never leave me. It's fine. We can just keep going. It's fine. I'm just saying.
Oh, come on, the book.
Okay, we'll quickly react to this and then we'll end the videos. Okay.
I think that's actually what it is, though. It's like, it'll never leave your side. You'll want to talk about it, and you'll never be able to.
Okay, watch this. So this has triggered many a people.
This fucking book. Sorry. Weird.
Look, it's no Nikki Webster getting ascended to the heavens.
We've gone backwards. We've regressed.
No, but like, is that okay, Miss Love? As a Christian, are you angry?
As a Christian,
they had to apologize for this.
No, I mean you can. I don't.
And Spanian is very upset.
Is he?
Spanian's view is, I'm glad this happened, so everybody in the world knows that they hate Jesus. I mean, and it is obvious that they hate Jesus, and I'm just glad that everyone now knows that that's what France and the rest of the world think, and they'll all burn in hell.
Well, I don't know anything about
It's the same old story. You can pay out like religion, I mean, whatever. I just think it was just weird. I want to see them pay out Muhammad at the fucking Olympics once. I'm just waiting for it.
Here we go.
He'll laugh at the Catholic stuff.
They do. France is constantly making those cartoons.
Yeah, true. Hebdo,
yeah. I mean, then they all march hand in hand.
Yeah, so why don't they do it at the opening ceremony?
Exactly.
It's supposed to highlight the height of your
They
culture.
should have had like that, and then the Charlie Hebdo cartoon comes down like a giant, just like, Je put this in me, like just in the background, like in the flag. I mean, look, it was just, I didn't care about it.
You're
it's
not
just,
offended by it?
No, I'm not offended, but it's, I'm more scared.
Do you think they should lay off of this stuff? Why are
I didn't
you
even see how it was,
religion
it looked more like just a weird party to me. Like a weird,
but they were like depicting the Last Supper.
You know.
Oh, is that what that was?
But how many times has that been done? That's been done a million times. Like, I don't see anyone.
Yeah, but like for the world to see.
Yeah, but they do it in like
sports. Sports is supposed to be, apolitical.
Yeah. True. That's true. It is kind of a weird choice. I'm just more like, what was the whole thing was weird.
They also fired a commentator for saying this. I think he said it to the Australian swimming team. So the girls were like, so they finished their race or whatever, and then there was like some lag between them going to the podium. And the commentator just said, "Oh, you know how women are, just like waiting to do their makeup. It takes a bit of time, guys. Am I right?"
But he got in trouble for that.
Fired.
Oh my god.
Fired.
That's like more intense than being like the blue guy was singing weird. Like, sorry, less intense than that. I don't know. It's a crazy time to be around, let me tell you.
It's just
Eminem lays it all out in his latest album.
Look, I don't think we got to. We'll talk about it in the
The
upload.
fucking book. It'll never happen. Just leave the book.
The book.
But that's the real thing with the book. It's like,
if you want to do the book,
leave.
let's do the book now.
No. There's
keep
no
it
time.
for the upload.
We'll do it for the upload.
Don't worry about the book.
Can you tell them actually what you're gonna?
I'll die with this book. There's a book that Jordan wanted me to read, and it's a horror book. And I've realized the real horror is like, it will never leave your side. You'll want to talk about it with friends, but you'll never have an opportunity. They won't even care. They'll forget they gave it to you. That's the real horror, and I see now it is truly a terrifying book. If you want, I guess, more information on this book, I guess the upload. I don't know, whatever. That's the real haunting. You know?
Okay, yeah.
Just introduce the book. Say it.
What it's called, House of Lee.